Azure Gleam, a trick of the goddess. Central Adrestia is soundly defended under the command of Regent Ire. However, attacks from the Kingdom and Alliance erode the Empire's defenses in both the east and west. Amidst all this, General Randolph enlists a certain mercenary company to Adrestia's cause. Their forces stand to defend Hevring territory, the Empire's final bastion in the west. Let me get this straight. If they break through Hevring land, there'll be nothing to stop the Kingdom's army from rolling straight to the capital.
That's right. The seat of Hevring's power, Mazgus, lies east of here, past the bottleneck in the Agma Mountains. It's essentially on Inbar's doorstep, the western gateway to the seat of power. Count Hevring and his men will make their last stand there. That is, if the Lions of Fargus can get through us first. And of course, we will make every possible effort to defeat them, for whatever that's worth.
Never a good sign when you're calling something your last stand.
Indeed. And we've lost far too many of our most formidable generals, including Marquis Vestra. I've not the slightest idea what's befallen our forces at the capital, nor in the east for that matter.
Yes, the whole army's been feeling a little off lately. Thankfully, you and your squadron still have your heads on straight.
It's a sad state of affairs out there. Hardly any dependable leaders remain. Instead, we're left with those who take pride in senseless looting and slaughter, or compete to see who can reduce more villages to ash. Each and every one of them handpicked by His Excellency, the Regent.
Are you sure you should be spilling secrets like that?
It's all right. I'd like you to have the full picture. Your company holds the key to victory in your hands. And with it, our very lives. Oh, but keep all that under wraps, if you would. It would bring the morale of my troops crashing to new lows were that to get out.
Usually mercs are backup for an army, not full-on replacements. But it is what it is. In any case, we'll get the job done so long as you're paying.
Gerald, should I perish in this fight, you can consider your contract terminated. You'll be free to stop supporting the Empire in its foul descent into depravity.
Randolph.
You feeling any better? I have to say, I'm still not used to this new look of yours.
I don't remember when his look changed. I'm not sure if it was the last time we fought him or not, or if it happened like off screen.
That makes two of us, but it will bother me less once I'm on the battlefield.
If you say so. With the war and the state it's in, the Kingdom is throwing everything they've got at this thing. I don't know if it's that or something else, but I've got a bad feeling. So watch yourself out there.
Considering they're putting it all on Gerald's mercenaries, they're desperate.
I will. You do the same.
Oh, right. I've been meaning to give you this. Never used to be without it. Cuts like a dream. I want you to have it. Swords like this are given to captains of the Knights of Saros, and mine was just collecting dust in the band's convoy.
That's right. Alois mentioned you used to serve there.
That was a lifetime ago. I don't plan on swinging this sword ever again.
Yeah, isn't Alois part of them now?
But are you sure you want to give it away? It must be quite special to you.
I'd be happiest seeing you get some use out of it.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Be good to it. all right?
The general opposite us is a man by the name of Randolph. I hear tell he's related to the Empire's Count Burgleys.
Didn't we just defeat him?
To complicate matters further, he's hired Gerald's mercenaries to assist in their fight.
Them again, huh? Can't say I'm surprised.
The Imperial Army has gathered their forces in Hevring territory, with said mercenaries composing the core of their offense. I expect they'll engage us in the woodlands, an ideal location for the guerrilla warfare they specialize in.
Then we'll have to look out for traps and ambushes as we advance. More than usual, that is.
They're placing a great deal of faith in Gerald, trusting the front lines to his company.
Perhaps there are no other generals for them to rely on.
This is our chance then. We'll be in a great spot if we can land a decisive blow on the Empire.
Absolutely. They're bound to start feeling the heat over in Enbar once we get a solid foothold here in Hevring territory.
Yes, and the enemy is surely well aware of that fact. No doubt that's precisely why Gerald is among their ranks.
He and his company are incredible fighters. But there's more to it than that. They also have immense discipline. As long as they can afford the cost, I can see why the Imperials would trust them over some of their less experienced generals.
I didn't expect us to be facing them again so soon. We had best be ready. Though truly, I wish we could fight alongside them for once instead.
Indirect solution.
We should probably just steer clear of them entirely. There's no point throwing our lives away against an opponent we can't beat. All we've got to do is take down their general, Randolph, and the mercenaries will scatter.
True.
Oh, come now. You're strong enough to defeat the Ashen Demon if you want. I know you are. But if this is how you'd like to handle it, I'll still be in your corner helping you every step of the way.
Whatever we decide to do, we will need a sound strategy if we are going to win.
I knew Arvel would probably say something about that.
Strategy, huh? Maybe something like a huge surprise attack on the Imperial positions.
A bold suggestion, Sylvain. You remind me of your father when he was young.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment or what.
Margrave's been managing the conflict in the North for decades now, hasn't he? I'd say it's a great honor to be compared to him.
Ah, such fine memories. All of his strategies seem to involve sending me and Lambert off to thrust through the enemy lines on our own.
Yeah, going straight to the suicide charge every time doesn't sound all that strategic to me.
At any rate, I have full faith that our combined might will be up to the task at hand. We must succeed.
That seemed weird. Battle suggestions. I'd like to hear from everyone. Please share any suggestions you have.
What about this?
Alright, let's see. 3 ideas. The first from Ash and, excuse me. Rodrigue. Hone skills to improve combat techniques. Slightly increase the chance of raising a unit's dexterity when leveling up. And Catherine, train outdoors to learn how to move swiftly. Slightly increase the chance of raising a unit's speed when leveling up. And then what's from Seteth, deepen understanding of magic to learn how to better resist it. Slightly increase the chance of raising a unit's resistance when leveling up. Because I honestly, if they had a defense play, I probably would go for that. Because a lot of my mages, they need defense. It's like I haven't really been paying attention to dexterity, but all of my archers is like have great dexterity because like that's their thing. So I'm not gonna do that one. Speed. It's like speed. I'll probably do.
I've been thinking.
I'll probably do speed because it's like there aren't really. There's not much in resistance that I have to deal with for a lot of my units. Is I think maybe Dedu. I think like either Dedu or Dimitri might have the lowest resistance, but it's like I'd actually have to check everybody's stats to see, but I'm gonna do speed. Therefore, we can get more critical hits in. I think, well, it's like, are critical hits... I think that's luck, but it's like speed. Speed, it would let us get more hits in. So I'm gonna do speed.
I won't let you down.
Now then.
That's settled then. Ready yourselves for battle. The effects of Catherine's suggestion are now active. Yeah, I need to get the support points anyway. Okay, let's see here. Let's talk to Arvel real quick. Stare in silence.
What?
Yes, what is it? Oh, you needn't be concerned about me. I was just lost in thought. I can't quite place the reason, but I've been feeling agitated lately. Huh. Excuse me. I'm gonna check something real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go around and speak to the people. Alright, yeah, I was just checking on, like, the combat arts and abilities everybody learned. So let me go ahead and start talking to people.
Do you have a minute?
Have you heard about the dance master that lives in Martin territory? They apparently won the White Heron Cup dancing competition. I had no idea such a contest even existed. I wonder what style of dance they do. I wonder as well. Oh, let me go on the other side here. It's the new boy Lindhot. I thought I would be taken prisoner, but instead I'm being treated as a general. What are they thinking? It will be such a pain if they expect me to persuade the Imperial forces on this coming front. That's not the plan.
Let's see.
I don't know what they got planned, but either way, they clearly value you.
This is unfortunate.
In that case, I suppose I should thank whoever holds me in such irritatingly high esteem. So what is he like? Sleeping in, midday naps, reading, fishing, sweets, and freedom.
Now this is simply delightful.
See if I have anything else here. I probably don't. No, okay, let's see. He dislikes fighting, blood, weapons, duty, self-restraint, politics, and ghosts. Okay. It's like it kind of sucks that he doesn't have a support conversation with a net. I think it's a net. Well, I think it's either a net or Ash that's afraid of ghosts as well. Because I love that. I love that support conversation. I love that whole thing in Three Houses.
I was thinking.
Gerald's mercenaries again? It feels like we've fought them 100 times since the war started. We've got the Empire backed into a corner, but I wonder if this will be the last we see of them. I don't care if we defeat them or force them to surrender, I just don't want to have to fight them anymore. Yeah, because, let's see. I'm gonna have to upgrade Lindhart and Constance. Like, at the tactics area. So that's gonna cost money. So I'll probably have to do that later, because I kind of want to use that money to actually upgrade the facilities. I will be overseeing our main base's defense, per our discussion with His Majesty. Which means I won't be able to accompany all of you. Do try to not slow His Majesty down, Felix. Please, me? Slow him down? I'll be the one dragging him to the enemy's door. Haha, I'm certain His Majesty will find that most reassuring. I look forward to seeing what you will accomplish, Felix. You're the one who needs to keep his ego in check. Try not to embarrass yourself, old man. Alrighty, let's continue to the mess hall.
So here's the thing.
I don't know if it's cause I've been here a while or what, but the folks in Fargus and the church have really grown on me. Every victory, we sing, drink, and have a rollicking good time. Doesn't matter where we're from. This war won't last forever, but I sure hope the friendships do. Friendships last a lifetime, unless you did somebody really, 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 really dirty.
Got a minute?
I know we're trying to end the war as quick as possible, but barging into someone else's homeland and trashing the place just doesn't feel right. I feel the same. Yeah, I hear you. It's easier to feel good about it when I think about who we're fighting to protect. That's true. I just can't help but think about how after all this is done, I'm going to take over the inn and live a carefree life. I won't have to hurt anybody as an innkeeper. Give you some meat.
This is for me? It's so nice! This is for me? It's so nice!
Alright, so that's all I'll give, because I have this B conversation already. I was building to A. I am so relieved we didn't have to take Constance's life. She's a dear friend of mine from back when I lived in the Empire. It pains me that we're forcing her to betray them. But I also get so much joy out of fighting alongside her. It's selfish of me, I know. Like, surprisingly, they don't have support conversations. There's Balthus.
Hey, got a minute?
So I got this old buddy, right? His name's Holst. The guy can rip demons to shreds in his sleep, and he doesn't even have a crest. Man's a force of nature. But Dimitri's pretty strong too, isn't he? I wonder who would win in a fight. Well, I'll just have to take a crack at him first. If he can't beat me, then Holst will wipe the floor with him for sure. I wonder if that's the other... I wonder if that's the other guy from the Ashen Wolves. Because I'm not sure if it was just 4 people or if it was 5. Because I've never played that DLC for 3 houses.
Come to think of it.
You know, it's been a while since I've seen Lady Rhea. We exchange letters regularly, but I still worry about her. This business with the Western Church has probably piled even more on her plate. I hope she's not taking on more than she can handle. She'll be fine, Catherine. She'll be fine. There's a net. There's not a lot of people in here. There have been so many people fleeing the Empire lately. Of course, I want to help those in need, and it's good if some of them end up joining our army. But I'm worried we wouldn't notice if one of them happened to be a spy. It'll be fine.
You sure?
Well, it's not like we vet every person that joins up anyway, so it's probably okay, right? But maybe we've just been lucky so far. I'll take a look around for anyone suspicious, just in case. A little caution goes a long way.
Let's give it our all.
After all, we can't afford to lose this battle. There's no room for error. Find the imposter in that. Spot out the sus. I actually want to play Among Us, but I don't have anybody to play with. We suffer so much at Magdred and in Arundel territory because of Geralt's mercenaries. My friend even lost their life at the hands of the Ashen Demon.
Essentially.
We must win for all those who were taken from us. Defeat is not an option. Defeat is never an option. Tactics Academy? Why are you in here, Sedith? You're never in here.
In truth.
His Majesty has asked me for my counsel regarding strategic matters more often as of late. He is already an excellent leader, especially for one so young. I am happy to advise him, whether he needs it or not. Ask how he knows so much. Dimitri seems to really trust you. How do you know so much about tactics anyway? When you have studied the records of the Saints as much as I have, it's only natural to glean some of their tactical knowledge. Saint Keyhall, in particular, was known as a tactical genius and played a key role in many historic victories. He also penned a book on military strategy. I recommend reading it should the opportunity arise. Yeah, keep patting yourself on the back.
My instruction comes at a high price.
Because let me see... Because I still have to upgrade this facility. But it's like I have to do everything for Constance and Lindhart. And that's going to cost so much money. So I probably won't use them starting off.
Don't neglect your daily studies.
Yes? Oh, right.
The land in this region is so fertile, and the climate differs greatly from the kingdoms. It's hard to describe my feelings looking at this landscape after all I've seen in Galatea. I can also understand why people of Shrang are trying to seize our lands in Fargus. But I mustn't let envy cloud my vision. Instead, I'll focus on what I can do for my home. Imperial Soldier.
How can I serve?
The man changed with defending Hevring territory, Randolph, is actually related to Count Berglice. Not by blood, mind you. He's the previous Count's stepson from his second wife. He desperately wants to make a name for himself in this war and establish a house of his own. Of course, who knows whether his new house would even have a future in the current empire. Who knows? If I'm not mistaken... If I'm not mistaken, we should be getting closer to my home. Or maybe not. I've been holed up so much I don't know where we are anymore. Lie, little. We might be. I'm not really familiar with the southern part of the Empire.
Well...
I hope I'm wrong. Oh, I just remembered. My father should be at Garrick Mach anyway.
Oh, yay!
Well, I'll be happy as long as I don't have to see him. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and get inside here. I'll have to see what facilities can be expanded. The Alliance forces have entered Imperial territory, but their wariness of the infamous Count Burgleys has them at a stalemate. Or at least, that is how it appears. In reality, it is a pretext to draw the attention of the Imperial forces on the Eastern Front. It is another one of that Blackguard Claude's foolhardy schemes, but it is more than serving its purpose. At least for the time being. The Imperial Army cannot devote any forces to the west. Our victory is all but assured. Let me give you a rose.
Oh my, this is lovely.
And let me give you some tea leaves.
Oh my, this is lovely.
And it's like, I still can't do anything with his support conversation. Because I think I have to get farther. I either have to get farther into the story, or I need to unlock somebody else's.
A moment of your time.
Word has it that the Minister of Domestic Affairs, Count Hevring, is a rather capable fellow. Perhaps that is why there's been relatively minimal destruction and looting in this area. Or it could be that the cities in this territory are so developed that they can withstand more damage. Apparently, he's assembling forces in the city of, Mazgas? I don't remember how they said it. But I wonder if we will even need to engage in combat. Engage in combat? Engage? In Fire Emblem? Fire Emblem Engage? I'm dumb. Anywho. Okay.
Right.
Balthus, Constance, Happy, all the usual suspects are here. Up until 2 years ago, I lived with them underground as part of the Ashen Wolves house. Ask about the Ashen Wolves. The Ashen Wolves? I don't remember that house from the Officers' Academy. It was called a house, but really it was a home for young ones who had no place left to go in the world. It was a comfortable place for people with special circumstances like us. So it was just those four.
Hear me out.
Wow, meeting the boss again was really something. What a guy. We hadn't spoken or seen each other in over 2 years, and he still remembered me. I gotta tell the others from Abyss that I bumped into him.
How can I be of service?
Pardon me, Commander. Is there truly no way for us to avoid an altercation with Geralt's mercenaries? Mayhap we could keep our distance from them and focus instead on attacking the Imperial forces. Though I suppose we have no information as to their whereabouts. If only we could deploy some strategy that would allow us to glean their location. We will see what we can do. As we talk to a Knight of Saros.
Wait up.
Fighting mercenaries is one thing, but going against Sir Alois just feels wrong. He's so good-natured and his terrible jokes always make people laugh. Well, at least a few of the knights got a kick out of them. Anyway, we all thought he was a swell guy. I can't believe things have turned out this way. Oh, Alois.
Troubling indeed. Do you have a moment?
We already know what Geralt's mercenaries are capable of. We may have superior numbers, but they could still claim victory over us. That said, Hevring territory is a key strategic location. We cannot simply bypass it. We spoke earlier with Rodrigue and the others about prioritizing the defeat of the Imperial commander. Therefore, I propose we leave the base in Rodrigue's care and strike at the heart of the Imperial forces ourselves. What are your thoughts? I'll agree.
Absolutely.
It sounds solid enough, though I doubt it'll be a walk in the park. True, Geralt's mercenaries will likely see to that. Fortunately, we have battle-hardened veterans like Sedith and Rodrigue on our side.
I wonder...
I need not come to a conclusion on my own. I'll solicit more opinions before making my decision. Where is Dedu? I thought he would be in here. But yeah, let me check the facilities. I'm not gonna upgrade them yet, because I just need to see where I'm at the moment.
Allow me to assist with any matters regarding the facilities.
Okay, so recreation quarter, which is alright. So it's like I can upgrade 2 of these. Do the tactics, which would be I need a lot of lavish building materials. It's like the blacksmith is just these 2. That's recreation, the marketplace is these. Heroes insignias. Because honestly, I'm probably just going to do this one to complete the supply depot. Because like that'll actually help with gathering some materials, so like when I can upgrade a bunch of other facilities, I can do that. So I'll wait.
Let me know if I may be of further service.
Oh, it just appeared. Hey, Dedu, just out of curiosity, what's that in your hand? It is the pen His Majesty broke during the War Council. Heh, yeah, things got pretty heated with everyone talking over each other. It must have been hard on His Majesty as well, considering how easily and often he breaks pens. Indeed, he was terribly despondent when he saw it break this time. Come up with a solution.
Let's see.
Maybe we can figure out a way to keep him from accidentally breaking them. Like, what if we gave the pen a name? He's less likely to break something he's attached to. Haha, that might actually work. I'll have to run it by His Majesty next time. His strength really comes in handy on the battlefield. I actually used to be jealous of it.
Oh no.
But now I remember the burden it brings. I'm sure there are people who are afraid of him too.
Well...
Yes, unfortunately, more than a few consider him to be some kind of monster. He's turned into a monster.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army.
Okay, I'll just collect those.
Everything has its use.
I should sell those, but it's like, that doesn't give me a lot of money. It's like selling a... Okay. I've been having drifting problems with my Pro Controller. I lost my train of thought. It's like selling stuff in general does not give a lot of money. Because I have so many weapons, but selling them, it doesn't give me as much money as just doing quests over and over again.
So,
the Western Empire bore almost no trace of the previous war, but this current conflict has damaged the towns and cities of the area yet again. They were destroyed and rebuilt, only to be destroyed again. It seems like such a foolish cycle, but maybe that's the only way humans can move forward. Oh, I'm rambling again, aren't I? You're fine, Ignatz. Let's check with the gatekeeper. Cat. Okay.
Greetings, friend.
Nothing to report. This encampment is like our home during this expedition. I'll be sure to keep it safe so that you can fight without any worries. I thank you. As I go in here and just ignore Flame. What are you doing, Shamir? A lot of people are getting fired up now that we've pushed the Empire back this far. They're saying Garrick Mock's as good as ours, but I'm not sure. Take the back will be difficult.
Let's see.
Garrick Mock sits on one of the most strategic locations in Fodlan. It's not your average stronghold.
Right.
Yeah, but if that's what the higher-ups are in the church are aiming for, then Rhea will have no choice but to move. The Cardinals and the others are still alive after all. I'll talk to you later.
Excuse me. Do you have a moment?
I may be imprudent at a time like this, but since we have traveled this far west, I would very much like to visit the coast of to the north of here. Are you familiar with the Rhodos coast? It's just north of Lake Teotates. So you haven't heard of it. I don't think I've heard of it, but our next objective is to the south. There's no time for a trip up north.
Goodness.
Well, you certainly do not mince words. It is a place very near and dear to my heart, you know. But you are right, it is rather far. Perhaps I will visit once the war has ended. Yeah, I know exactly what she's talking about. It has to do with their paralogue battle in Three Houses.
How wonderful.
To think I would be reunited with my dearest Happy, and here, of all places, it must be a miracle granted by the goddess herself.
Honestly, I don't know.
Hey, I worked my tail off to get here. You did too, didn't you, Coco? So first you make Coco betray the Empire, and now she's got to fight for the kingdom? Is that what's going on? Dodge the question.
Yeah.
I don't really know, because it's not my call, but she's here, so probably?
Oh no.
That's not nearly as reassuring as you think it is, and here I thought you had our backs. We are like a pathetic little boat that has been tossed into the stormy tides of war. Alright, let's see. Magic, showy spells, success, House Nouvelle, which is magic, helpful spells, selflessness, modesty, black tea. She dislikes sunlight, bugs, vulgarity, admitting defeat, cute things, her own perceived faults. Let's see. Let me see if the tea leaves do anything.
I am unworthy of such an amazing gift.
I don't think I have anything else I can give her. Nah. Cool. Speak to the merchant.
Now that you mention it,
His Majesty's mood is different from last year. It was almost as if he was too dignified before. It made him somewhat unapproachable. I like him better now. He's much more cheerful around camp, too. That is good. Guess I can check what's in the shop real quick. I'm not going to buy anything because I need more money. Dorothea's off in this corner. All around her are familiar faces. Okay, we fought so many familiar faces in the last battle. So many old friends. Professor Manuela, Professor Hanneman, Moni. Lynn, Connie. I'm glad some of them listened to reason and joined us. But there are so many who couldn't be spared. Perhaps I should have died with them. Comfort her.
Yeah.
I get what you're
don't know.
trying to say, but it's up to us to make sure their sacrifices lead to a peaceful future. You have to survive so that you can save more lives moving forward. I hope you're right. Maybe someday I'll see it that way too. You'll be okay, Dorothea. You'll be okay. Let's talk to Sylvain.
Got a second?
I don't get it. Why did Geralt's mercenaries keep siding with the Empire when they're losing? At this rate, the only things the Imperial Army can offer them are losing battles and table scraps, right? Maybe they owe the Empire, maybe they want to avoid the kingdom, no idea, no idea. Who knows? Doesn't matter what the enemy's motivations are anyway. Hey, if we play our cards right, we might not even have to fight them.
So the story is...
The best case scenario in my book is turning our enemies into allies. Considering all the battles we have ahead of us, I'd like to avoid whatever unnecessary casualties we can. That's probably what it's gonna come down to. I don't know if there's gonna be like an actual choice, but that's probably what it's gonna come down to. Oh yeah, the dude was over there. It's like, oh, the dude's in here. It's like, oh no, it's Marianne. Stay silent. Oh, Shez, have you come to pray as well? Everyone has their own reasons for fighting. It's not even about good or evil most of the time. So at the very least, I want to pray for those who have lost their lives. May they rest in peace. Oh, goddess. Oh, goddess.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay. Let me give her a rose.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, so that was everybody. I'm pretty sure I've been everywhere. It's like if I missed anything that I can read, I'll record it and like read it. Because like those usually take a long time to read. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and try to upgrade a few facilities. And then I think I'm gonna end it there. And then anything that has to do with training and all that, I'll do that off screen. So that next time we'll go into like any side quests. So let me go ahead and get those facilities upgraded. And so this will complete the supply depot. And then I could do one of these. Expands the number of dishes, increases the chances of successfully cooking a meal, greatly increases the chances of succeeding when volunteering, and yeah, that. As I don't do expeditions anymore. I'll do the cooking one. I think the next one I might do volunteering.
Let me know if I may be of further service.
Well, how'd it go?
As a research group. an enigmatic organization dedicated to investigating Bodland's many mysteries. Grant a 1 tier greater advantage against monsters. Sure, we don't fight that many monsters though, so
a good result.
I mean that's pretty useless. Except for like on extra quests. Okay, so I pretty much just skipped everything I did after upgrading the facilities. Cause I went to the tactical instructor and like did the math for like each thing. Got all like the first, well I maxed them out, Lindhart and Constance. So now I'm broke. So next time I'll be jumping into like the first couple of side quests. So I'll see you guys then. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.